guys, today we're going to be talking about hair porosity. Now, hair porosity simply means your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. That's just it. How well your hair absorbs in moisture and retains that moisture is what porosity means. Now, there are three different types of hair porosity types. There's a low porosity, medium porosity, and high porosity. Even though everyone really just seems to fluctuate between both extremes, being low and high, nobody really pays so much attention to having medium porosity hair. Now, I'm just going to go straight and say that for the past year, or for the past 2 years rather, I thought I had low porosity hair, and it turns out that that was wrong and my hair was high porosity. Now, the reason why I thought I had low porosity hair type was because I did the wrong test. Or I'm not going to say I did the wrong test. I did a test. There are 3 different or about 4 different tests to help test for your hair porosity type. I did one, and the result I got made me believe that my hair had low porosity. And that is not the case, because recently I just found out that my hair is actually medium to high porosity type. Now, the reason why my hair is medium to high porosity type is because my hair is generally medium porosity, but because I have chemicals applied to my hair is chemically processed, so it tends to like incline towards the high porosity level, but generally it's medium to high. I have some parts of my hair that are just generally medium and some parts that are probably high, but because my hair is more towards the high porosity range, I simply just go for treatments that are required for high porosity types. Now, the test I took was the strand in water float test. I'm not sure if the name is that long. I can't remember the short version of the name, but that test just simply requires you to take a strand of your hair, be it shed hair or anything, put it in a jar containing water, of course, and just watch it. If your hair sinks to the bottom, then you have high porosity. If your hair stays floating, then you have low porosity. And I did that, and I can't even remember the outcome I got, but I just concluded that my hair was low porosity. Knowing your hair porosity is very, very important, because it's going to help you know the kind of treatments to apply to your hair, the kind of method to use when moisturizing your hair, whether you're going to use the LCO or the LOC, and it's also going to help you know the kind of products to buy. I thought my hair was low porosity type, and if I had probably known that it wasn't, I wouldn't have gone for some hair treatments that I did, or I probably wouldn't have bought some products that I did. Now, it did not have any detrimental effects to my hair, at least none that I can see. My hair is still healthy, and it was still thriving. It did not have any detrimental effects to my hair, but probably it had detrimental effects to my wallet. Anyway, the second test is to simply take a strand of your hair, be it shed hair or anything, and just run your fingers through your hair. If your fingers slip down through your hair easily and smoothly, then it means that you have low porosity type. That means that when you're running, you take your forefinger and your thumb and you just put it and put your hair in between and run your fingers through. If you do not feel any bumps on your way down, then you have low porosity hair type. But if you feel bumps, like I feel bumps when I'm running my fingers through my hair, or when I'm running my finger through a hair strand, I feel bumps, and that just simply means that I have high porosity hair type. Now, the final method is simply to take your spritz bottle and spritz water to your hair. Now, when you spritz water on your hair, if the water beads up and isn't really rapidly absorbed, like you could still see it beading up on your hair and sitting there for a while, it simply means that you have low porosity type. I feel like this third test is the simplest and easiest, and it's so straightforward, because you can actually see how the water is behaving on your hair. When you spritz water on your hair, if the water just instantly gets absorbed and your hair just instantly takes in the water, becomes wet, there's no sign of any water there, then it means you have high porosity hair type. Initially, I used the first test, which was the float in water jar test, and like I said, I thought I had low porosity hair type. But because I recently wanted to try out a treatment, I wanted to try out the rice water treatment, and I just was researching, and then I came across things having to do with your hair texture and your hair porosity type, determining how the rice water will probably work for you and all that. I rediscovered that my hair porosity was not low porosity. In fact, it was high, or rather it was medium to high. In the process of that discovery, I used the last two tests that I mentioned, which is being the strand test and the spray bottle test. I did those two, and it just further clarified or further emphasized on the fact that my hair was high porosity type. It's perfectly fine for your hair to actually have more than one hair porosity type. Like I said, my hair is medium to high. It's inclining towards high mainly because my hair is chemically processed. That's just the reason why it's inclining towards the high porosity type range. Now, because I probably cannot fit in or talk about the entire information as regards to hair porosity, I've basically just spoken about straightforward what hair porosity means, the test that I know of that can be taken, the one that I found easiest and I found to be more accurate because you actually see what is happening. You can see whether the water is being absorbed to your hair or whether it's just sitting there on your hair. Because I probably cannot get into everything and probably just discuss everything, I'm going to put the link below to some articles that I found to really help clarify matters. They're just like about 4 articles, 4 different links. I'm going to put that in the description box. One has to mainly do with the kind of test you could take to know your hair porosity type. The second one just has to do with characteristics of each hair porosity type. The third one has to do with how each hair porosity type looks. There are like pictures of different hair textures or different pictures of different hair, and you can see that, oh, this is the look that low porosity hair has. So my hair looks like this and I kind of have that. You could also see that, oh, this is the picture for medium hair porosity type and my hair kind of looks like this. So things that when you see, they will just help you in further narrowing down your options and where your porosity type lies. I personally saw the picture for medium hair porosity type. When I saw it, I just knew that yes, this is exactly how my hair looks, and it just further made it clear to me that my hair is medium to high. The third link also had to do with an extra read or something. The last read had to do with just generally caring for your hair types and all those things. Like I said, I'm going to put the links below in the description box because I cannot just start saying everything I found out there. It's easier for you to read it, digest it, understand it, and do your tests yourself. It's very important to know your hair porosity type because it comes in handy when you're trying to moisturize your hair, when you're trying to buy products, when you're trying to try out treatments. It's very helpful. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.